seems due to some technical difficulties, we had to extend that ad break. But ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for our next guest, Mr. James Arthur! Welcome, James, to our show today.
Thank you very much, Reggie, for inviting me. Indeed, an honor to be here with you.
So, James, Deepika over here has been sharing with us some very nice tips to help manage this major lack of time that many youth complain about. But now, as part of the SAI organization, service is a very big element. And once again, if I don't have the time, I can't really partake in the service.
Well, let me just stop you right there, Reggie. I think we have to be very clear that it is definitely service is the biggest component of the Sathya Sai organization. But what is more important to understand is service should be part of our life. Service should be our life. To give you a very simple example, when we are doing our household work, when we are driving to work, when we are at work, we can actually be doing service. Let me give you another good example. When my mother asked me to actually do some household work, probably to mop and clean the house, I take hours to do so. And she gets very upset. Why is it that my son needs to take hours and hours just to clean and mop the house? But she does not see the way I look at it. To me, the act of me cleaning the home is actually making me feel that I'm cleaning and cleansing my soul.
That is truly inspiring.
Yeah, brother.
I've never actually thought of service in that manner. So, are you saying that we shouldn't only consider the blood drives and feeding schemes and soup kitchens as service?
No, brother. I am not saying that we shouldn't consider. I think we must consider every form of service as an act to God. All right? And we must make sure that in every single service that we do, we actually enjoy. Swami has said, bliss is my food. And until, Reggie, you do not experience the bliss, the satisfaction, and the happiness of doing service, you will never be able to understand the sincere joy and happiness and peace that you get from within when you indulge your life in serving the Lord. Swami has also said, I am not interested in your capability. I'm interested in your availability. We just need to become aware. We need to become available, and Swami will make us serve Him and the world.
So, are you saying I can do seva from the office?
Definitely, we can do seva from absolutely anywhere, Reggie. Let me give you a good example. When you have a colleague who is having some problems in the office, or he's having some trouble back home, you can always be there to lend him a listening ear. You can help him find some solution to his problems. You could also probably just give him a nice warm hug and make him feel really comfortable. And that is equally a very big service because you are bringing happiness to someone.
You know, James, I really like what I'm hearing from you, but maybe if we can sidetrack just a little bit. Okay. So, many youth have also been calling in and asking us questions around divine guidance. So, as you may know, there are very many practical and eloquent gurus out there who have very similar teaching to our beloved Swami. So I guess their question is it all right for them to seek guidance from other gurus as well?
Well, wow, that's a very, very interesting question. To be very honest with you, this thought has definitely come across my mind personally. I've really thought about it, reflected upon it, and you know what's the conclusion that I come to? I'm absolutely not interested in getting to know or following any other teachings anymore because all the teachings that we need to know, everything that we need to know is already given to us by our beloved Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Why do we need to go anywhere else? And Reggie, let me just narrate a very interesting story that Swami once said. There was once a farmer who was looking for clean water. So he went to his own field and he started to dig a hole. First hole he dug up to about 10 feet. And when he came across an obstacle, which I believe could have been a rock, he immediately stopped and he went on to another. He dug another 8 feet came another rock, he gave up, he went on to the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, about 10 holes he dug in his entire field. And after digging 10 fields, he finally found clean water after digging about 2 feet. But least did he understand and least did he realize the damage that has been done to his entire field. Least did he realize the amount of time, energy, effort that he has to waste in order to, dig 10 different holes. So the point that I'm trying to make is, instead of us trying to dig so many different holes and going from one to another, why not go deep, be very, very focused, and really go down deep into one teaching which Swami has given us already. We do not need to go around searching for any others.
I don't find it a coincidence at all that Swami himself has already given guidance on this very topic.
Yeah, indeed. And instead of us going halfway from one to another, I think what is sincerely very important for us as the youths of Sathya Sai is to really understand the essence of his teachings, to really appreciate every single thing that he has been telling us, and it's now time for us to apply these teachings in our life. What more do you want, my dear brother? Swami has guaranteed you that I am with you. Swami has said, I am with my youths. I am above you, I am below you, I am by your side, I am beyond you. I will walk with you in this journey of life. What more assurance do we want? The Master himself has given.
So, are you telling me that there isn't any topic that Swami hasn't covered?
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you really think that, can you personally find any question that you think our Master has not given you an answer?
Well,
give me one example, Reggie, just one example.
Let me think about it. Let me just see.
Okay, you can spend the next 48 hours. I can guarantee you, you will not find even a single thing. Because our beloved Master has given us answers to absolutely everything that you need in life. There is not a single thing that our Guru, our Bhagwan has not told us to do. He has given us a very clear path. He has given us all the teachings and he has given us all the advice that we need. All we need to do is be good devotees, follow and achieve the goal.
James, you are so correct. Swami has been saying the same thing for the past, 50 years over and over again. I guess we really just haven't been listening.
Exactly.
Anyway, this is the great point in time to bring out our third and final guest for today's show. She has spent many years studying Swami's literature and will be sure to be able to tell us what Swami has said about various challenges. But first, one more ad break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome onto stage our third and final guest and tell us what Swami has said. Please put your hands together for Mrs. Carmen Abrahams.
Wow, what a pleasure to be here today.
Thank you for making the time to be here. So, Carmen, Brother James and Sister Deepika over there have been sharing us very nice tips about time management, service, and guidance. But I feel that there are very more pertinent topics that youth need to deal with today. Let's take eating habits, for example. So I believe that if we eat healthily, we'll be able to serve and have more energy. But do these foods necessarily have to be vegetarian? I mean, what has Swami said about that?
That's an interesting question. Well, dear brother, as a vegan, I would love to share with you how Swami has so beautifully infused scientific aspects of to why he wants his youth to consume plant-based foods. You see, as spiritual aspirants, we have to be aware of the effects that these foods have on our minds and our bodies. I remember Swami telling this to his students, that many doctors, they put a lot of value and importance on protein. and therefore they will recommend things like eggs and meat, etc. The doctors place primary concern on the gross physical body, and Swami says that they place very little attention to the subtle form of our mental makeup. You see, the mind has to be used properly and geared towards God. You see, the mind is responsible for health and sickness. So in this context, food well is all important. Vegetables, pulses, nuts and seeds, well, these have abundant sources of protein with none of the toxins found in meat and other animal products such as eggs and dairy, etc. Do you remember in 2007 when we all last gathered here at the World Youth Conference and Swami so beautifully answered this very question for us? Would you like that I share this with you? Swami so lovingly told us the following: meat eating, fish eating, these should be abandoned, dropped immediately. Non-vegetarian foods are responsible for so many ailments, like cancer. So, discontinue. Not only this, cheese. And then Swami so lovingly teased us and said, "Oh, you like cheese very much. The more cheese you eat, the more weak you will be. Don't run after cheese any longer. Too much of milk is also bad." You see, as spiritual aspirants, we want to serve the Lord and we want to have energy to do that. And now we can see the effects of the foods that we eat. So let us eat the right foods so that we can march on and achieve this goal to serve our Lord.
Right, so I've also heard that if we were to consume non-vegetarian food, then we actually eat the anxiety, fear, and pain that these animals felt right before they became our food.
Yes, as is our food, so are our thoughts. You know, energy transfer is easy, and that is why for generations, well, we've been advised to keep our diets light, healthy, and clean. But nowadays, we are so far apart from the chain of food processing that we do not realize the pain, the cruelty that these animals go through for our desires for things such as meat and other animal products, such as eggs and dairy and leather and so forth. Swami so lovingly has taught us the 5 human values, and non-violence applies to these animals too. They are divine beings just like us. Samasta loka sukhino bhavantu. Let all the beings of the world be happy. Swami here so compassionately looks after every single being.
That's quite interesting, and I suppose not only non-violence, but all human values should apply to animals as well. All right, but now what if I as a youth have no choice but to be in the company of others who may, persuade me or perhaps force me to eat non-vegetarian food? I mean, should I comply? I don't really want to be branded as, antisocial.
Yes. Well, dear brother, this is a matter of principle. Let's face it, if you feel guilty, then don't do it. You have to have that self-confidence to stick to your principle, not adjust them to the base and the needs of other people. Remember, Swami is the best company. Take him everywhere you go. And remember, good company will never make you compromise your principles.
That's right, sister. And even if you're out with your friends, Don't be afraid to order yourself a vegetarian meal while everyone else is indulging. I mean, I know you might stick out like a sore thumb, but hey, that's what makes Sai principles so special. We just get noticed wherever we go.
I couldn't agree more on the getting noticed bit, but that definitely is quite a neat sharing. And since we've touched on the topic of company, I mean, does the company we keep really affect our character that much?
Yes. You know, Swami has told us so many times, tell me your company and I shall tell you who you are. He has even lovingly advised us about friendship. Swami has told us that friendship must bind two hearts and affect both beneficially. With whatever may happen, good fortune, bad, loss or gain, and even on relationship. Swami says, true love is like a single-seated sofa. It has only room for one in our hearts.
Well, I would like to echo what she said, and I think Sister has put it very beautifully. Swami himself has said so many times that good company, good friendship, and good relationships are so important. Let me give you a very good analogy. Imagine you have got this black charcoal, okay? Bring it really close to the red fire. The area of contact between the red charcoal and the red fire is going to now start to illuminate. And in order to illuminate further, you will need to actually have some fan. Now, in this analogy, the black charcoal is our human ignorance, and the bright red fire is the good company and the good people that we surround ourselves with. The more and more we keep in contact and be around the good people, we find that this black charcoal is now going to turn to become fully lit. And in order to transform our lives, we need to ensure that we continuously embark on selfless service and sincerely help as many people as we can. And just by the means of doing that, we will find that we are able to transform our lives, and not only our lives, but also the lives of many, many people out there.
That's quite a profound analogy, brother. Thanks for that. And I know we're running short on time, but there's just one last question that I'm just itching to ask. I mean, still today, many youth complain that there isn't enough time for work and study. I mean, how do we balance that?
I think we all have gone through this. We're all going through this. It's because the world that we're living in, whether it's through our studies, our work life, well, it's all become so demanding and competitive. But let me share this with you. A person who is hungry need not eat everything that the world has to produce. It is sufficient and enough to eat enough to appease the hunger. So, similarly, let's make a start by quenching our thirst for spiritual transformation by taking just one value, putting it into practice, and perfecting it. You see, with whatever tasks and obligations that we may have, we should do it with full focus and confidence, and believe that Swami is with us. Use that courage and overcome any challenge that may come your way.
Well, there you have it, folks. It's been a jam-packed show. And before we conclude tonight, we have one last ad break. The first one being sticking to our principles. Number 2, self-confidence. And finally, being courageous. And I think all of you out there will agree with me that with these 3 principles, no challenge is too big for us to face. So in summary, Deepika, tell us, what is your most insightful take-back from today's show?
Well, brother, I think with self-confidence, everything becomes possible. Impossible becomes I am possible when we are confident.
Yes, I agree. And with self-confidence, well, you will keep your principles in check. And remember, no matter what, let's uphold our Sai principles.
Well, I totally support what our dear sisters have said. And just to add on a very important point, Reggie, my dear brothers and sisters, I think courage. We must have a lot of courage, because when you choose to live a life based on the value path, you will find that you will be faced with numerous challenges. You must not be like the farmer who decides to move, but rather be persistent and never give up and continuously have faith that Swami is going to be there with you, walking through all the way. We need to dare to become divine, and courage is very, very important in order for us to also face the consequences of our own actions. So courage it is for me.
And for me, if we keep Sai in the center of our lives, with the pillars of courage and self-confidence, we can achieve anything. Well, thank you, folks. Thank you, Sisters Deepika, Sisters Carmen, and Brother James, for your invaluable insights. And thank you to all of you for being a lovely audience. Until we meet again, happy sailing through the ocean of life. Adios, au revoir, and Jai Sai Ram.
Brothers and sisters, if we can please ask for your silence. There has been a change in the program. The session after lunch has now been moved to before lunch, so that you can have more time in your interactive workshops. Please can we ask that you take your seats? Please can we ask that you settle down so we may continue with the program.
You are sailing a ship. You are the captain. You have a destination. Your journey is sometimes smooth, sometimes choppy. When there is a storm, how do you navigate your ship? You can do it with extreme care, or you anchor yourself till the storm passes. You need an anchor to withstand the storm until water is calm enough to pass through again. What is the anchor? It has to be courage. Courage to face whatever circumstances in life while upholding our principles. It has to be self-confidence to accept whatever results that comes from our actions. When there are moments of turmoil and stress, retract, go within, contemplate, and then decide. So, is sorting out the self alone good enough? Does everything happen to you or for you? Are you the only soul in this journey? What about the ones surrounding you? Our Master says, always have your heads in the forest and hands in society. You live your life with all these daily roles, but don't forget that we all have higher goals, and we are not here to eat, drink, breed, and die. What are we leaving behind? How are we using this gift of life to impact others? How did the Master do it?
My life is my message. Expansion is my life. What is this expansion that our sweet Lord speaks of? It is the self that expands. It expands its love to encompass everyone and everything around it. What are we talking about? One of the most important aspects to allow for this self-expansion is through selfless service. Let's take a sneak peek at wonderful opportunities and our Sai brothers and sisters that have lent a helping hand in not only sailing their own ships, but inspiring others to do so. These youth have had a major impact in their societies by their acts of selfless service. Our next presentation is by Brother Busawan Sauraji. He's 27 years old from Mauritius. Brother Ajay holds a BSc in Tourism and Hospitality Management. Brother Ajay has been blessed to have been taken care of Swami from the young age of 7. Brother Ajay has served as the Center and Regional Youth Coordinator since 2010 and now serves as the National Young Adult Representative of Mauritius. We look forward to hearing Brother Ajay's personal story.
Offering my most loving and grateful pranams at the divine lotus feet of our beloved Mother Sai. Respected elders, dear brothers and sisters, loving Sairam. Swami always reminds us that only selfless service can encourage a person to reach the highest state of humanity. Today, I shall share a story with you all, a story of a young boy as he sailed through the ocean of life as Swami, his guide and guidance. This little boy lost his mother on the 15th March 1997. He was only 7 years old. Life became tough for this little boy. His father would barely come home and took to drinking. He would rarely come home and with time could not take care of his son. Later, this little boy was placed in a shelter. Over there, a lady used to teach the kids to sing. She also taught them bhajan. The first bhajan that the boy learned to sing was Manasa Bhajare Guru Charanam. At that point of time, the little boy was clueless about the existence of Sai Baba. A year later, he faced with another blow. He was told that he would be shifted to another orphanage. Our little friend was not happy at all, as he had already made many friends and wasn't looking forward to the new place. Our little friend, dear brothers and sisters, was very scared. He remembered the day he was brought to Anandam, his new home. Most of the time, we do not realize the importance of our service activities, brothers and sisters. That is, the service that we do, the impact that it has on the person. Through this story, we will learn how our service activity have great impact on others. As this boy reached at Anandam, he was welcomed by an auntie named Jaya Kunjal, who was a Sai student. Though she was married, she dedicated her life to those children together with her husband. The love that he received dries up his tears. He doesn't have any word to quantify the love and affection that he has received there and which has helped him to grow. At Anandam, he learned a lot about Swami and lived the same life as a Sai student. Auntie Jaya also taught him about the 5 human values and inspired him a lot. She taught him how to balance his academic along with other activities by managing his time properly. The Bal Vikas classes has helped him in developing his spirituality at an early stage, and it was one of the most wonderful parts of his life. It was then that he felt that Swami had really come into his life as his divine mother. After Auntie Jaya went away, it was Uncle Praveen who took care of the ashram. From him, our little friend got the opportunity to learn about living a disciplined life and living our life up to Swami expectation. During his stay at Anandam, he also learned to become a good person. Until today, the lesson he has learned from there has been helping him through different phases and aspects of his life. Swami has always told us to surrender to him, and he will take care of everything. For this little boy, it was difficult in the beginning, for he would always think and asking Swami, "Do you really see me? Do you know what I'm doing?" Before he met Swami physically, he would always think that whatever happened or was happening to him was his own effort. But brothers and sisters, all changes during the World Youth Conference 2007. During his first divine darshan, Swami came to him and asked him, "Where do you come from?" He was simply dumbstruck. He kept looking at Swami's glowing face and couldn't answer any word. All the youth behind him replied, "Mauritius, Swami." Then Swami came nearer to him and asked him why he is always worried about life. He then lovingly told our now grown-up friend that he has always taken care of him and will always do so, and he blessed him. At that moment, our friend got all his answer that Swami has been always been watching him. Swami used to say, "The more is given to you, the more is expected from you." Brothers and sisters, I can say that this is true in our friend case. He never thought that one day Swami will choose him in his divine mission as the National Youth Coordinator. This year, with his blessing, Swami has given him the opportunity to work at national level and international level. It seemed as a challenge at first, but to him, this is his sadhana, and he is only an instrument for him. He happily let Swami work through him. All that he has learned during his Balvikas and youth classes, and with Swami guidance, he tried to serve to the best of his ability. Every day is a learning experience for him. While he does Swami work, it not help him to transform himself in a more loving person, but also to help others as he work and lead youngsters across the island to serve Swami in various service projects such as blood donation, which is one of the major service activity in the island. Brothers and sisters, as I narrate this story here with all humility, let me tell you who this little boy is. This is none other my life story. I am ever grateful to Swami, who has been always been my side and will be always be as I'm sailing through this ocean of life, where I have let myself become His instrument, and He is the captain of my life. And as I hold to His feet, as I'm crossing this ocean of life, I pray to Swami to please continue be by my side. Thank you, Swami, for everything. Jai Sai Ram.
Thank you, Brother Ajay, for sharing that very personal story, orphaned by nature, adopted by God. How comforting it is to know that the love of our mother and father Sai will carry us no matter what the hardship is. The most benevolent love of more than 1,000 mothers. Brothers and sisters, our next presentation is a video presentation from Team India, and Team India is being represented by Brother Sai Ganesh. Brother Ganesh will share the story of how a very little Seva project, which started with only a few volunteers, limited resources, immense love, and with Bhagwan at the source, has now become one of the largest projects that Team India has embarked on. I hand you over to Brother Sai Ganesh.
Om Shri Sai Ram. My name is Sai Ram Ganesh. I'm the part of Sai youth team from Bharat. We are a small team of 8 Savadal. We are from a modest, not very resources-full background. We don't know much English, don't have much expose, but still we wanted to do a project to please our dear Lord Sai. One day we held meeting at Sai Center to select a project. This is our story of how that small project grew and become a great project. Let's watch miracles of Sai. Thank you, Swami, for blessing with us and doing this for all of us. Jai Sai Ram.
Thank you, Brother Ganesh. It is evident from Team India's presentation that with Swami as the source, Swami as the guide, the destination of success is inevitable. Brothers and sisters, as our sweet Lord has always reminded us, love is the source, love is the path, love is the goal. Only love has been constantly with you from birth. It is love that remains with you through all of time. This love is God. Enjoy the bliss of love and share it with others. This morning's program has not only reminded us of our good fortune and blessings to be a part of the Sai fold, we have been inspired by our fellow youth to take this journey forward. We have also been offered practical solutions to incorporate Sai values in our daily lives. Brothers and sisters, I thank you for your attention and interaction this morning. I now hand you over to Sister Suprava to guide you through the rest of the program until lunch. Jai Sai Ram.
My humble pranams at the lotus feet of Mother Sai. Distinguished guests, respected elders, fellow brothers and sisters, Om Shri Sai Ram. Vidya dadati vinayam, vinayadiyati patratam, patratva dhanamapnoti, dhana dharma tata sukham. Education bestows humility. From humility, one attains character. From character, one acquires wealth. With wealth follows good deeds, and with good deeds follows happiness. Our next speaker here is going to talk about a nationwide project undertaken by Sai youth of the country to holistically develop 900 backward schools in rural areas, titled Sri Sathya Sai Vidya Jyoti Project. Brothers and sisters, let us give a warm welcome to Dr. Umakant Subuddhi, who is a biotech scientist with the government of India. Apologies, it's been cancelled, so I'm moving forward to the next announcement. Just a few announcements there. Please queue up for afternoon darshan at 4 p.m. for a 4:30 p.m. start. Females at VIP gate, males behind Ganesh temple. Please queue up for morning darshan tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. for a 8 a.m. start. Females at VIP gate, males behind Ganesh temple. The Ready Steady Goal exhibition is open after afternoon darshan at the double-decker building. Lunch will be provided in the tent behind N7 after this session. Thank you for the 1,000 people who attended the morning at Hillview Stadium. Please queue up for the session at 4:30 a.m. tomorrow as well. Females at N4, males at N7. There'll be a public outreach event on July 15th. More information to follow. There will be an IT media workshop on 16th of July, 10:30 a.m. at PC office. The sign-up sheet for Grama Seva service is at N7. Please register your interest before the 14th. After this session, we are dispersing for lunch. After lunch, there will be the festival workshop sessions. Workshop 1 is called Secrets to Spiritual Fitness and will be in the North Indian canteen. Workshop 2 is called In Tune with the Name and is in Purnachandra Auditorium. Workshop 3 is called Step Up to Serve and will be in Sadhana Trust Building. Workshop 4 is called Post, Tweet, Like and Share and will be held in the double-decker building. Please go to the workshop session that you put as your first preference in the online registration. So please be seated in your respective sessions at 2:15 for a 2:30 p.m. start. If you need guidance for directions, there will be volunteers outside the food tent ready to assist. Jai Sai Ram.